Hey, it's Adam here, and you're watching The Culture Hack, where we're talking about how to create engaged workspaces that unlock the potential of your teams and drive your business forward in ways you've never seen. So stay tuned. Hello, and welcome to The Culture Hack. Today I have with me John Hetherington. He is the CEO of We Deliver Your Vision. Welcome, John. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, good to be here, and thanks for having me, Adam.
Fantastic. We were just talking about all the exciting things we have going on, but I want to hear We Deliver Your Vision. What are you guys about?
Yeah, perfect. So it all started when I moved from the UK to Canada back in 2005, and that was one of my visions, is to move country and set up my new life. And that's what I now do for my clients. It's something I have a passion around, is about delivering on other people's visions. And I love technology. I'm a bit of a nerd, a geek by background. So my passion is around helping companies, particularly small, medium companies, scale and grow using technology. And typically in the financial services, energy industry, and mostly in the finance accounting space. But it's all around automation and saving time.
Gotcha. I love it. I love that you took your personal story and you turned it into a way to serve others. That's fantastic. So we talk a lot about culture and engagement, you know, in terms of scaling a business. That can always be a tricky subject. But first, what does engagement mean to you when we say that?
I love that question. So I think back to my first job out of university, actually, and I was a financial advisor doing financial sales of life and pensions and investments. And that was a real wake-up call and great learning experience for dealing with customers, because it was all about customer service and selling. And so I did that for a couple of years, actually met my wife during that job, and we've been together 25 years since. But I learned a lot around engagement. And it's not just about the customers. And what I've realized since, as I progressed back into, like I said, a bit of an IT nerd, went back into financial services around the IT side, and then went to Ernst & Young and Deloitte, and then set up my own company. It was all around, there is no customer, it's just people. So when you think about engagement, it's around the customers, stakeholders, employees of your company, but how you treat them means that they will then share that treatment with other people. So if you treat your employees well, they'll treat your customers well. So when you think about engagement, it's all around treating people how you would like to be treated.
Interesting. So it's almost like they pay it forward, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to treat my customer this way and then turn around and yell at my staff, because they're going to turn around and then treat their people. I love it. And in turn, I think you could extrapolate that. If your people are treated well, they're going to go home and treat their families well, and so on and so forth. Potentially.
Exactly. And it's a journey. It's not easy, because we have these compartmentalize we're at work or in business or at home or a family or personal time or whatever. And so we compartmentalize very easily as human beings. But then what we should do is say, okay, just look at how I'm treating each other, how we treat working with each other, and where am I on my personal journey in life? Because it's tough, bad things happen, it's just life. And what I was working with them, I actually started meditation last year with a coach, and one of the things she taught me is around writing that letter from your future self. So think about your future self in 5-10 years time, doesn't really matter, it's in the future. Write that letter to yourself from the future, and really think about what you're doing, who you're working with, what restaurants you go to, where do you visit, where do you live, what do you wear, what your days look like. And that helps you through the day-to-day to, again, create that engagement.
I love that. I'm going to do that. I think you've inspired me, John. Yeah. Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. Let's talk about some stories, some practical application. So in your travels, are there any particular clients that you've been able to help, stories around how you've been able to help them scale that you'd like to share?
Yeah, for sure. Would love to. So many stories. It's difficult to pick, but where I'd go to is actually one fairly recently, is working with a manufacturing company. And what I learned there is that the problem is not the problem. So what that means is they called me up to say, our customers are complaining, they're getting late deliveries, the orders are wrong. We need our shipping fixed. We need our distribution fixed. So I said, okay, let's dig into that. Started with shipping, and I always like to break down the journey of understanding a business from sales, marketing, all the way down to distribution and customers through production and inventory management. So we went through each department, and what we actually found is every department was meeting their goals, was doing what they're expected. So shipping was delivering per the work orders, production was producing per the work orders, sales was selling. But what wasn't happening is that sales weren't aware of inventory. So they were selling products that weren't in stock. So by the time the work order got to production, they were adding, either buying new inventory in or having to delay the orders, which meant a delay to the customers. The customers were then complaining. So a real easy fix was to share a daily report to the sales team to say, this is the current stock, which sounds obvious, I know, but it's just the way this company had grown, that was missed. So the problem of the customers complaining wasn't actually to do with shipping, it was to do with a simple daily report back to sales.
I love that. And if the customers are complaining, then so on down the line, and people get frustrated, and where there's frustration, energy sticks, engagement drops. There you go. You've got a frustrated team. I love it. I love that you put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and you kind of followed the chain all the way down.
Exactly. And it's tough sometimes because your clients have a problem. They have they're business owners, they're successful people. They have clarity to say, this is the problem, go fix it. And so you have to address that first to give them what they want. But then you might find that it's not the true root cause of the problem, and hence the problem is not the problem, which I use daily now especially around innovation and working with clients around how we solve problems and make things better with streamlining.
And I think, in my travels, what I've found is there's rarely a smoking gun. Like in this case, you found a root cause that you're able to address, but it's usually like 20 stupid little things that have added up to a big mess, right?
Yes.
And that's why no one can figure it out.
Exactly. Right. And this fixing the shipping and the customer complaints was the first one. Since then, we've spent a long time with the client actually working on it. It's all the way down to data, how the data is stored in their ERP, their financial system, because that's not accurate. So even the sales inventory information wasn't quite accurate coming out. So it's like you say, it's like an onion. You undo the layers as you work through it.
Right. Yeah, I love that. Okay. And then, what do you see with your clients when you've kind of established this, you find these root causes and you've solved these little problems? Do they start to look to the future? Do they think about engagement and, culture as something to be a little more strategic with, or are they thinking about new tools like AI? Like, how does creating space affect the leadership as they look to the future?
Big question. So let me think that through in terms of where to answer on that, because what springs to mind around engagement is the KPIs and metrics that a lot of business owners run their business by. And the challenge with that is it's historical data. It's very valuable, very important to measure progress, but data's out of date, it's old. So what I'm encouraging a lot of my clients to do, and my team I work with, is always ask the question is, where do you want to go? Where do you want to get to your point around the vision? What does a good day in business look like to you? And typically it's not about profit or revenue or number of sales. It's about creating value in the company. So maybe one day they can sell it, or maybe they can hand it down to their children, or maybe they can promote someone up through the ranks. It's not generally about numbers. So what I mean, that translates into helping them realize their vision and goals in asking good questions. So in terms of driving engagement, it's just being curious. Give people what they need, because you need to deliver results quickly. But just go that extra step further in terms of, okay, why do you need these numbers? More importantly, when you get the numbers, what are you going to do with them? How's your team and you going to react to that? And then working that through, and that ultimately creates more engagement, trust, builds more of a partnership, which is good for everyone.
I love that. I want to kind of unpack that a little bit. You got me thinking now. So the vision for the business, even the business owner, it's really an emotion. And same way with me as an employee or contractor, whatever, where I want to go with my life, it's how I want to feel. And then I try and build some definitions and structures and metrics and stuff in that. But really it's an analytical way to describe something as hard to nail down as an emotion or a mix of emotions. Right?
Yes, very much so. And we need to measure our vision. We need to measure our goals, and typically financial measures are the great way to do that. We're surrounded by a society that measures financial gain as success, and there's pros and cons for that. But yeah, to your point, it's what's that emotional goal that you want to achieve? Have them describe that. And then, yes, we'll give you the numbers to make sure your business is successful. We have cash flow, for example. We need to have numbers on that. But then, okay, so you want to create equity and value in your company. So what does that mean? Okay, I want to be able to serve my customers, deliver the customers' orders quicker. It might be as simple as that. Or it might just be we want to build a brand that has more giving back, more charity work, or more volunteer time with our teams, back to the engagement. So it's really understanding that holistic picture of what the business owners want. And maybe it's just numbers, fine, do that. But ask the questions.
I love it, because the problem is not really the problem, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, I love it. Well, thanks so much, John. I really appreciate your time and your insights. Really, that's been really great.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, thanks for asking the questions, Adam.
Hey, thanks for watching The Culture Hack. Do you want to chat culture and engagement? Give us a call and come on the show.